in the featherweight division here in Clan Wars 16. In the white and red, we have Alex Kravstov, and he squares off tonight against Jerry Smyth in the yellow and black trunks. Seems to be very tall for a featherweight, does Jerry Smyth, Jay?
Yeah, very, very rangy for the weight, quite slender. I mean, Kravstov's not a small guy for the weight either.
No, they're both quite tall guys coming in at 145 pounds.
Yeah, and they're both guys of which we've called fights before, consistently exciting, so I'm definitely looking forward to this amateur contest.
Absolutely, both of these guys like to go for it from the opening bell, as they've done here now, as they're vying for position against the cage in front of our commentary position.
Yeah, and it was Smyth that initiated that clinch. We've seen Kravstov in the past. He's got a very good, attractive sort of karate style, but also pretty well rounded. As they tussle on the fence there, he's doing the right thing and trying to turn his back, and he manages to get in that top position.
And Smyth transitions from half guard to full guard, tidying up where the takedown left him on the mat.
And with a guy that rangy, with with limbs like that, you've got to be really careful of the triangles, the arm bars. And he seems to be working that high guard already.
He may indeed have triangles in the mind at the moment, climbing up at that high guard.
It's definitely a popular maneuver for the guys with the long limbs. But Kravstov backs out of it, up to his feet, and this is where he wants it.
It seems to be. He was able to win the takedown from the clinch, but he wants to have this fight on the feet.
Nice jumping kick there. Not quite sure what that was, but
I think that was a jump turning kick. Not something you'd see in an MMA cage very often.
That's why it's so refreshing to have guys coming in from all styles. Really mix it up, and it's great for the crowd to see.
Absolutely, and of course the octagon here is the crucible where you can burn away techniques like that don't work. And Kravstov's certainly willing to give them a try.
And again, Kravstov gets that trip. It was Smyth that initiated the clinch, but he keeps finding himself on the bottom. Kravstov with a good hammer fist and backs out again.
It looks like a change in game plan might be called for here for Jerry Smyth. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, maybe he needs to look to shoot instead of clinching on the fence, because Kravstov's confident. Oh, I think it was a bit of a slip, but again, Kravstov worked that same kick. And Smyth obviously wants things on the mat, looking to play his guard game, but Kravstov is not engaging it.
And Kravstov had a little smile for his opponent there as he called him back up to his feet. I think I'd like to fight up here, thank you very much.
Yeah, the smiling assassin always has like a little wry smile on his face. Oh, good knee from Smyth.
Smyth might be settling in now at the minute. He's not trying to initiate the clinch. Maybe content to try the striking game for a little while.
Yeah, good, well-rounded fighters on the undercard here at Clan Wars. But again, Smyth works for that clinch on the cage. Let's see if he can have more success this time. But Kravstov again turns his back off the cage, gets that dominant position, and for me has to be around in the bag just for the positional dominance and dictating where he wants to fight.
I think you're probably right. Still early days yet at the end of round one. Well, I have to say that fight's very refreshing to see. We've got some unorthodox techniques coming from Kravstov. We've got two guys in there with only 5 fights each, but they're both able to switch up and work different game plans on the fly. Great fight to watch. See where he decides to take the fight now at the start of round 2.
Yeah, I'd like to see if Smyth have a shot, instead of trying to push that clinch on the fence, maybe shoot for the legs for a double or a single. He might have more success that way.
A nice leg kick there to start off the round.
And again, he liked the success with the first one, went for it again. Kravstov looked to counter with the hands.
Kravstov looks extremely dangerous with those strikes, but he hasn't been able to just get the reach right. I think the height of Smyth is playing a part here.
Yeah, and he just overcommitted a little bit to them shots, and that allowed Smyth to grab this clinch again, but he's got a better position now, double body lock, but pulls the guard.
Interesting. You don't often see fighters do that a lot. Again, this could all be part of a plan that Smyth wants to work, but it's going to be denied this time. They're back on their feet.
Yeah, that's good work from Kravstov. A lot of fighters who don't particularly want to fight on the ground engage in the guard, and Kravstov's not having any of it. They're both throwing some heavy leather now, though, in round 2.
Now, Kravstov looks very dangerous with the strikes, but I think it's actually Smyth that's landing more often at the moment.
Yeah, Kravstov really throwing with bad intentions, but not necessarily landing. Good knee to the midsection, though. And I'm impressed with Kravstov on the cage. It's just basics done well, turning his back off the cage and trying to grab that dominant position.
He's certainly keeping safe anytime he's in the clinch. Smyth has yet to been able to convert one of these exchanges into a takedown.
Yeah, and Smyth has tried for a couple of knees, using his long limbs, but Kravstov just enough with his head positioning to scrape by with a few inches to spare.
Yeah, and Kravstov fighting out of Team Lucan.
Oh, heavy right hand. It's almost like Smyth didn't take that right hand, but that was a big shot.
Big shot. And I was just about to say, Jay, that he's training with Hercules Fadipe, who's in his corner as well. Another fighter known for throwing with great abandon.
Yeah.
So he's obviously picked up a couple of leaves from his coach's book there.
Yeah, reckless heavy hitter is Fadipe, and Kravstov, you know, he's disciplined with his striking. He does that well, but when he gets the chance, he throws them heavy hands. Impressed with Smyth, quite literally taking it on the chin though, and keeps moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. Very professional. Takes the shot and just carries on working.
Again with that guard pull.
He must have seen something in the first round that let him believe that the guard was somewhere he could do a bit of work. Because he found himself in this position twice in round 1, and he's accepted it twice in round 2. So there must be something there that he saw, or maybe there's an opening. What do you think, Jay?
Well, there is that, but there's also the fact that he hasn't been able to get on top from his takedowns. And to be honest, I don't know if it's the best tactic for him, because Kravstov's just not engaging the guard. He's backing out, and then he's getting back on the feet where he wants it. I think Smyth needs to work harder to try and get on top.
So calls it into round 2. How do you see it now, Jay?
A closer round for my money, but it's hard to look past Kravstov with, you know, for me, the guard pull is almost a negative manoeuvre if you're not doing anything with the guard when you've got it, and Smyth hasn't really managed to have any success from there. He did land some good shots of his own, but the most significant strike of the round was that heavy right hand from Kravstov, so, you know, probably edges it, but I wouldn't like to say much closer round, and it's building up to be a great fight.
I wouldn't complain if he threw a few of them over here, actually. It's quite hot here in the Ulster Hall today for Clan Wars 16, and we're back underway for round 3. Alex Kravstov in the white and red, and Jerry Smyth in the yellow and red. So, Jay, your unofficial scorecard has Kravstov 2 rounds ahead. So we should expect to see Smyth taking a couple of risks here.
Oh, he needs a finish, but again, he moved in, and Kravstov with a nice counter left hook. Smyth can take a punch, there's no doubt about it, but he needs to land more of his own if he's going to win this fight. Maybe a guillotine for Kravstov as Smyth really drives in for that takedown. He needs to keep his guard, or he's worked to the top position instead.
That was very nearly the first successful takedown apart from pulling guard for Smyth there. But that takedown seemed to foil his hopes.
And again, you know, Kravstov does enough. He fends off the takedown, and you know, Smyth, I won't say he's not offering anything from the bottom, but little chopping shots like that are not going to win you rounds from the bottom. He needs something a little bit more drastic for my money.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It looks like Kravstov is taking a beat at the moment. He's just taking a short rest on top. Smyth is still trying to sneak out, and referee Peter Lavery said, that's enough there. Let's get this show back on the road.
What I do like, though, is the contrast of styles. This is very much a style versus style fight, and it's not often you get to see that too much these days.
That's true. And if you look at Kravstov, he actually has almost a wry smile on his face almost all the time. He really enjoys what he does.
Yeah, and that was a good shot there from Smyth. But he needs to not reach down to block them low kicks, because I can see Kravstov going high off one of them.
And as this round goes a bit longer, much like the bird of prey in the Wrath of Khan, it looked like Jerry Smith's shields were down there. His hands are coming a bit lower in this round than they have in the previous ones. Possibly getting a bit tired, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. This has not been an easy fight. Looked almost like an elbow there from Kravstov. Illegal under the amateur rules. I think referee Peter Lavery took a quick look at it, but he lets them resume. But yeah, Kravstov with good timing as Smyth shot in there. He landed a good knee, and Smyth really needs to do something drastic.
So I think Kravstov seems to be happy doing a little bit of coasting at the moment. He's not fighting as aggressively in that clinch as he was earlier. I think he's happy just to maybe coast out the rest of the round.
Yeah, but he's got the dominant clinch position. when your back is on the fence, you know, you're losing that clinch. So there's no reason why Kravstov won't have a rest there, because, as I say, he's up in the rounds, yeah. But there he goes again, swinging some big shots. A left hook and a right hand, just missed the mark. 10 seconds left in this round.
And Smyth looks very tired here too.
Yeah, let's see if somebody can put an exclamation mark on this fight.
And that's it for round 3. We'll wait to hear from our judges. And you may as well call the third round, Jay. Which way do you think that one went?
Again, that's Kravstov for me. I think a unanimous decision going his way, but Smyth was a very good opponent, did some good things of his own, but just too much accuracy and you know, just a better implemented game plan from the Lucan man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your judges have rendered a split decision in favor of the winner, Alex Kravstov. And give it up for his opponent, folks. Great fighter, Jerry Smyth.